Hello and welcome to the Community Beehive. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Bee and I currently live full-time on the road in a van. And I last left you guys on the top of Washington where we camped for about a week on Siku Bay, and today we are traveling deeper into the Olympic Peninsula. We found this gorgeous spot along the river to camp and it's super rainy, so I spent the majority of the afternoon crafting and enjoying my time in bed. And the next morning I accidentally killed our van batteries because I was sewing and there wasn't enough sun to charge our solar panels. So we ended up going to a campground in the rainforest to plug in our van and also get a good shower. Okay, so I just packed up camp, refilled up some water, and now we are going to be taking a lovely shower. I'm so excited. And then we're gonna be leaving this camp. It was $47, but it was worth it for electric. Today it's actually sunny outside, but it was perfect for getting electric because yesterday was so rainy and cold all day. Electric, water, I spent the whole day sewing, and now I get a shower. And then we'll go find some place to camp. And it's kind of sunny today, so hopefully we'll get a good charge on the solar. We spent the rainy day plugged into shore power, and after we got a good long charge overnight and a fresh shower to feel completely rejuvenated, we decided not to stay another night because it was $47 a night, but they had a gift shop and some food, and I ended up getting this Olympic National Park poster and the cutest little banana slug. And then we returned back to that gorgeous campsite that we went to the day before. This campsite is free and extremely remote. There is a waterfall, there are foxgloves everywhere in season right now, and it's right along the Ho River. This was definitely one of my favorite spots, and I really wanted to stay here, but we actually ended up moving to this campsite instead because the one that we were just at did not have enough Starlink service for some reason. But thankfully this one was even more private. It was on the river. It also was tucked away deeper in the forest, and there was gorgeous mossy trees everywhere with mushrooms. And this is definitely my favorite part of being in the Olympic Peninsula, is all of the moss and the mushrooms. And so the fact that we were on the river, which really creates a nice breeze and keeps you cool when you open up the van, and then also you have this gorgeous forest behind you, it was the best of both worlds. We ended up staying here for a couple of days, and right here on the bank of the river every single morning all of these butterflies and bumblebees flock to this specific area, and I learned it's because of the salt deposits there, and most of these butterflies are actually male, and they're going to take the minerals and take them to the females that can't get these minerals strictly from drinking nectar. We enjoyed this campsite for about a week, and when the weekend came, it was absolutely sunny. It was about 90 degrees and it was so hot. And also this area was used for a boat ramp for people to put in their boats to go down the river. So we decided to end our trip here because it was so busy, and we headed into Forks where I shipped some packages, stocked up on groceries, and decided to head back to a campground that feels like home. We've already spent over a week here before and decided this was the best place to keep our solar panels charged, have a restroom, access to the beach and the forest. And so I'm gonna take you guys along for a day in the life living at the South Beach campground because I'm going on week 2 of being here, and I've kind of established a little bit of a routine, and I'd love to show you what it looks like. Hello and welcome back to the Community Beehive. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Bee and I currently live full-time in a van and I am having a P&W summer. So let me catch you up in case this is the first time you're clicking on me or coming to the channel. So I live in a van with 3 cats, a dog, and myself and my partner. So that is 6 bodies in this beautiful Ford Transit. And for the past month, we have been living in the PNW between the beach, the Rainforest, and the very, very top of Washington itself. I've had friends visit, my sister visit, I've made friends along the way, and I've kind of just taken clips throughout the whole journey because I was really soaking it all in and being present. But today is my first vlog where I'm kind of taking you along on like what a typical day has looked like. We tend to find a place to camp and we stay there for about a week or so. And this campsite in particular, we've already been here. We stayed here with my sister. We also visited here on our very first day on the coast with some friends. This beach is incredible, mostly because literally there is a trail to get down to the beach. It's not very accessible. I have fallen. It's a really short, steep path. And then you have to crawl over a lot of driftwood to get to the beach. We're gonna go do that later today, but we came here and visited with some friends, and then we came and parked here with my little sister, and it's perfect because the forest is right there, the beach is right there, and thank you, sun, for coming out on perfect cue. It is sunny, which is super good because then our solar can charge and it's just a lot easier. We have been super blessed with having sunny weather the majority of the month. Like I could probably count on one hand the amount of days where it was fully rainy and like we were pretty much stuck inside, but for the most part, every single day has been gorgeous and sunny. I've been working on lots of custom orders, sewing, crocheting, having a lot of fun making art, and also just getting like caught up on vlogs, but enjoying my time out here. I took a whole week to just rot with my sister, and then after she left, I rotted a little bit more and have just really been taking it slow and easy and just enjoying time in my favorite place. But now that we've been here and I'm super recharged and rejuvenated and I'm getting to the end of my videos, I'm like, I haven't really taken you guys along on like a typical day in the life in the PNW. I've taken you guys along on adventures to the Hall of Mosses. We've gone to Cape Flattery. We've explored Forks multiple times. That's where we get groceries. We've gotten groceries there like 3 or 4 times now. So I almost feel like I'm a little bit of a local. Because I have my spots. We found a free place to shower. We found a place to pay for showers as well. And we have been camping in some gorgeous spots along the Hoh River. One of my favorites was on the tippy top of Washington. So it's been great. Check out all the videos if you're interested in what life was like. But today's gonna be more like talking. I'm bringing you along, taking you throughout my day because we've been here for about a week and my days are starting to look very similar. Like I'm getting a good routine out here. I have a routine now, which is so beautiful, and it really helps regulate my nervous system and make me feel super good. First things first is I always have some coffee, I journal outside if it's possible, and then once I've done that, then I take Indy down to the beach. So I think it's time we go take her down to the beach and I can show you the beautiful trail that we have to take to get to the water. Ready to go? Let's go. Whoa. So it can get a little steep in some spots and you can't really see the ground. So this has been our front yard for collectively like 2 weeks. We've done about a week here, a week in the forest, then a week here, a week in the forest.
does get a little bit chilly over here sometimes. I like to sit up on the logs or hang out. I had a 6-hour phone call out here with my mother the other day. I hadn't caught up in a while since my sister was here. So a week before my sister, the festival weekend, then some time here, and I hadn't called her, so we had a lot to catch up on. So if you are ever here, I'm from Florida and our beaches are really soft. That's not the case here. So make sure you wear some sort of shoes to the beach, because I tried to go barefoot one day and it was awful. It was awful. But once you get past the rocks, obviously it's nice sand. And I don't know if you could tell how big that incline is. But that only happens at low tide, because high tide, it pretty much comes all the way up to where that hill is of rocks. Come here, girl. Good girl. Come here. Yeah, that would also be helpful. Somewhere.
Every morning it's kind of foggy, but normally around noon it gets sunny out, and I just prefer to be warm when I do yoga. And so whenever my back starts to hurt from sewing, or when I've been sewing for a while, I then come outside, take a yoga break. Also then Indy gets to come outside, use the restroom, stretch her legs.
So it's about mid-afternoon. I just made a little bit of lunch and I have been reading this book, and I really wanted to just kind of read a book that's inspiring and gain some ideas on things that I want to talk about. I also am using this book as a little bit of research for a podcast topic, so it's been really fun to put it in this journal, and then this is kind of like my little grimoire, and it holds so many little pieces of research and drawings in here, and I absolutely love it. It has just everything from herbs to crystals to energy. Very fun. But I'm gonna go lay back in the bed because I want to get some more detailed doodles in this educational book that I have, and I just really want to get cozy in bed. And then I also have some emails to do. I have some work. I've been putting off work and sewing, laying in the sun, just doing everything other than working. So I need to go lay in the back. So once I get in the back, I'll do some more creative things, and then eventually I will get hard at work. But the sun is out and shining. It is so gorgeous. It just turned into such a beautiful day. I'm glad we went on the beach when we could, because the ocean is rough right now, and like at the very end of that trail that I showed you whenever we walked down the first time. And yeah, just a little midday check-in. This is kind of how my days have been looking, just slow-paced days. I have time for myself. I have time for friends. My day making art, reading, learning new things, trying to balance my creative energy of like making these YouTube videos and posting online, but then also creating for my art shop. And I also love like physical things. Like I love junk journaling. I love journaling. I really love this where it has just like lots of different healing modalities and philosophies written in there. I have so many different layers, and it's fun to try and play with as many different elements as you can. And also I just feel like it's like a good balance to my day. Like when I start my day with journaling and coffee and filling up my cup, then I have more energy to pour into my crafts, and I have more energy to pour into my work. And so making sure that I pour into myself, and if I get the chance and it is warm and I can get some lizard time, that is always so fun. I'm gonna go spend some time laying in the bed. Let's go hang out and make some crafts in bed. Alan is currently working on getting a fire started, and I am cooking the rice and prepping the salmon. I did run out of seaweed, which is really unfortunate. I actually need to add that to my list. So that's gonna be a little bit of a bummer, but it'll be fine. It'll still be delicious. Thank you. This looks so delicious. The salmon took a little bit longer than normal to cook because it was super thick, but they said it was locally caught out here in Washington. It is a bit chilly. I'm gonna grab my jacket. Salmon has been one of my go-to meals out here. So I just finished my dinner, and now I'm sitting in the back of the van. It's a little windy and chilly out there. Sunset is not for another hour, so I'm just gonna relax in the back of the van, and then depending on how the weather is, maybe I'll have a little bonfire, or maybe I'll just make some hot tea and read as the sun sets.
we might get a really pretty sunset tonight.
The sun is setting super quickly, but I just wanted to come on here and say thank you so much for spending a day with me and hanging out with me in South Beach at the campground. The sun is disappearing and she's not as vibrant and colorful as I would have hoped, but I still think that she's super beautiful, and this is where we've been spending the last week or so. I don't know how much longer we're going to be in the PNW because we do have some things to do in Oregon. We do have some things that we're going to go do in Oregon, which I'm super excited for, an Oregon adventure, and this has truly been such a magical month in the Olympic Peninsula. I have no idea what else we're going to do here or how much time we have left, but I'll take you along for the journey. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you've ever been to the PNW or not, if you ever wanted to visit, if you have visited, what was your favorite part about being here? I'd love to know. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for being here.